How you guys doing today? How you guys feeling? I'm back with another video. I just took a trade. Not taking no more trades in Aces session. But the setup looked too perfect for me not to take it because I've been calling this for the past week now. I did mention on going into, I believe it was one of my videos where I was posting about it was about me posting about like my bias on Sunday when I was doing my backtesting video. I was basically saying like what I'm looking for the market to do, and I thought we were gonna get that today from FOMC. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were gonna get the dump from FOMC, but I was unable to trade FOMC today because of the fact that I was literally in the gym. Didn't have any time to really just look at the charts and make a bias on what I was trying to see going into the day. But we did catch a little setup. We made around like $2,000 on this trade, so we're honestly a band away from passing. This is all my alpha futures. Uh, yeah, I'll go straight into my bias. It was a very quick, very simple trade. Not quick at all, but it was a very A plus A grade trade. Only reason why I would say it was an A plus is because I did let it hold all the way to full TP because I did see price having rejection after we swept a lot of lows. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't want to wait that long, and at the same time, I'm trying to pass evals. I don't want to wait till next week because next week price action is actually going to be worse than this week. So I'm trying to take full advantage of probably the last week of good price action. Probably. I should have taken this on my top step as well, but wasn't really too focused on it. Um, to be honest with you, I waited for the highest time frame inversion. It's actually crazy to say, but I waited for the highest time frame inversion, like the 30-minute. I waited for the 30-minute just for me to hop into this trade. Main reason was because I woke up literally minutes before I took this trade. Not saying as if I took this off my bed. I didn't. I took this trade because I saw everything moving accordingly. I knew that price action was moving in a downtrend after we just swept liquidity. You know, that's what we did on FOMC. So I was like, okay, cool. And also higher time frame bias. We did sweep liquidity, so I knew we're at some point we had to go lower. So I'm gonna show you guys a trade. We're gonna get right into it. And yeah. Probably could have let this shit run all the way, but I did not want to, and I will just wait for A plus up in New York session tomorrow because I do not want to stay in Asian session. That's the worst session to be in when it comes to trades like this because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to fully watch the market, and I'm probably going to go to sleep in an hour. So let's get right into it. And look, we're reversing exactly what I was looking for Bryce to do after we just swept the liquidity. So yeah. So going into the day, we had FOMC news, as you guys know, and this is going to be very simple and very quick. And the reason why I'm going to say this because like my setup, I've managed to make my setup as simple as possible. I really only look for a couple confluences, low resistance liquidity, a session low, session high that I could target for my TP, um, inverse for value gap on the highest time frame inversion. It could either be 30, 15, 5, 3. I don't really like to do the one, but hey, if it's the one, it might be. It's not the one. It's never the one if it's on the 1 minute time frame. I've never tried a 1 minute and 1 hour inversion. That sounds diabolical. But I did see that on the NASDAQ, we did create a 1 hour right here. We did create a 1 hour right here. So I was like, maybe, just maybe. But no, right? So what I was really looking for going into the day was just price really just having a strong bias going down. And the reason why that was the case was because we swept liquidity here after FOMC news that we had today. I was unable to take a trade today, but Nasdaq and ES took this high, right? We took this high, but Nasdaq created the S&P 500 created an SMT, and usually I don't like to trade on the asset that isn't leading, but when both of them took the high, obviously it's only one direction that we have to be going in, and that's down. So it's somewhat like discretionary trading, just trying to understand where the market is really trying to go. So one thing about it is I saw that we created this SMT. Nasdaq failed to take the high, and Nasdaq was already dropping down as you already saw. So it was like, where in the world would I find a position? I was not awake here. I was not awake here. Like I think this was 6 o'clock on the dot. I was not awake there, so I was awake around here, and this was after class. So I took this trade. At roughly eight o'clock. Yeah, roughly 8 o'clock. I took the trade roughly at 8 o'clock. So what I was really looking to see was I really wanted to see price come in and take out all these lows, but I feel like that's also very delusional of me to think that we're going to take all these lows. So I said, okay, cool. Let's just target these New York session lows because we did not take these lows at all. But on the NASDAQ, we did. We did take New York session lows and we created a SMT. With that SMT, I probably could have had a bullish bias going into the day, but I wasn't able to see and I didn't really know what was going on. So what would I rate this trade? Honestly, I would just rate this trade an A trade. The reason why it's not fully an A plus trade is only because I really had my full TP all the way down here. But I feel like at some point, especially on indices and futures, we are likely to just take one or two and then move back up. So I do want to say I'd wait first just to make sure and get that confirmation. But I do feel like it's best that I wait. And I'll just wait for market open because honestly, in real time, I don't even like trading in the Asia session at all. I just feel like this setup was so perfect because we have the 30-minute inverse fair value gap. And like I said, this is a high time frame inversion. At a 30-minute inverse fair value gap, S&T took liquidity. We had draws all the way down here, a low resistance liquidity that we could have target all the way right here. And I wanted to see London. I wanted to see New York lows get taken. I wanted to see that get ran. I noticed that we had a 1 hour order block right here, but I saw that as NASDAQ was disrespecting all bullish fair value gaps, there was no point that this 1 hour order block was going to have any type of, this 1 hour bullish order block was going to have any type of like significance in the market. So, yeah, hopefully price does run all the way down, but I'm really fine just taking my base hits because you want your base hits in trading. You don't want to have that anxiety. You don't want to have that fear. So one thing that I'm going to do moving forward is take my base hits. This was a really good trade. I didn't force anything. I didn't take my TP here. Didn't go break even here because price was just moving, flushing so fast. It was really no point. I knew that we weren't going to reverse anyway. So just watching this happen, price slammed down. We took a good trade, great entry. It was a very fast little entry that we had. My stop loss was initially all the way up here, but I moved it down only because it's like once I saw that price wasn't really coming back, and once I saw that we had this 30-minute inverse fair value gap, price really had no reason to really touch any of these highs, if we're being honest here. We have a bunch of gaps inside the 30-minute, which is giving us great displacement candles that we had here. So this was a really good trade. Won about $2,000 on this trade. Yeah, it was a very simple, very clean execution. Hopefully, moving forward into Thursday, we're able to find an A plus setup past this evaluation. You know what I'm saying? Through the grace of God. Yeah. Damn, that was a lot. I'm not really nervous. I wasn't really nervous in this trade. I did have an interview right beforehand, so it's just a lot going on, a lot of emotions. But one thing that I do want to say is stick to your A plus setup, stick to your trades, stay confident. That's something that I'm trying to do every single day. One thing that I would say to myself watching this video as just a suggestion is stop being scary. You know what I'm saying? If I put a TP all the way down here, which sometimes could be unrealistic, watch it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it might just go through. But especially in sessions like this, I just wasn't confident that price was going to run all the way down because at the end of the day, we're in Asia session, not as volatile. Even though we have some volatility right here, not as volatile. It will slow down at a point. And also, I wanted to be in and out the market. I did not want to take nothing crazy. So through the grace of God, this was a good trade. I would rate this trade once again as an A trade, not an A plus setup, only because I did not let it fully go to where I wanted to, and I just targeted New York lows instead. But in my opinion, this was a really good trade. I risked good on this trade. I'm really just trying to pass this evaluation as fast as I can. You know what I'm saying? Because after then, I don't have to pay the activation fee, and then I'm good, and then I don't got to worry about anything, and then it's just more about just building and compounding. And once I'm at that funnest stage, I'm changing my mindset immediately. Taking my base hits, letting my TP go to where it needs to. I'm not going to be mad if I lose a trade because as long as I go break even, that's fine. And taking a loss is always... I was watching the video today. I was really watching the video today, and it was telling me about 3 types of losses. I'm sorry if I'm just yapping. Probability losses, human errors, and more of just strategic errors. Basically, human errors are where... Basically, probability errors or probability loss is when you're losing off your system. You're taking an A+ trade, but you're losing off your system, which is possible because at the end of the day, it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to lose no matter what. You're not supposed to win every single trade. As long as you're executing an A+ setup, you're bound to lose. Those losses are also wins. Human errors are where we trade due to emotions, FOMO, all those type of things, and that's something that I'm trying to refrain from. It's possible, but he said in the video that when you're taking human losses or human error trades or human error losses, to be happy, to not be mad, to not be discouraged, and to be happy while you take those trades. And that's something that I'm going to try to do. It is going to be hard to adjust my mind because losses are losses, but that's something that I'm going to try to do every single day. Yeah, guys. I want you guys to know that I really do care about you guys a lot. I want to provide more content for you as much as I can. And yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'll let you guys know if I take a trade tomorrow, if market conditions are good. Usually after FOMC, it might not be the best, but hopefully we're able to find an A+ setup. Hopefully we're going to be able to execute it. Hopefully we're able to pass this evaluation. You know what I'm saying? Through the grace of God, all things are possible through him. So if we're able to find an A+ setup and we're able to execute, hopefully that is possible. But yeah, hopefully you guys take care, stay blessed, always love, and enjoy.